And that's what it is, folks. It is lights out for the New Orleans Saints. Might be lights out for a lot of other teams too. I don't know. But I'll start off this show talking about my team, the New Orleans Saints. And y'all know me, I'm usually very vocal, but I'm kind of at a loss for words, right? It's you can only say the same thing so many times before it becomes redundant. What's the old saying? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. The Saints have been essentially who they have been the past few years, and I think today I kind of just I'm over it. Not even today, just this week, folks. Just this week, I think I'm over it. Not that I'm gonna always support. I'm gonna always get emotional. I mean, it's our team. We cheer for them, right? But there's only so many times you can dread the injury report coming out on Wednesday and Thursday because you know that it's going to be longer than a CVS receipt. And for the past 2 years, it's just the injuries have been absolutely draining, man. Like it takes away the excitement going into games knowing that your top three wide receivers out. It takes away the excitement knowing that your quarterback is dealing with injuries. It takes away the excitement knowing that your top cornerback is going to miss the game against maybe the best wide receiver you're going to face this season. Like it just takes the excitement and the energy out. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I thought, you would hope that when you have such a bad injury season the way we had last season, that it's a outlier, right? Like, okay, it can't be worse the following season as bad as it was the last season. We're on pace to have the same amount, if not more, of, and not just any injuries, right? Like, I think there was a stat that showed the most injuries, and we came in at number 2 behind the 49ers. And all due respect to the 49ers, I'm pretty sure that they weren't without their top 3 wide receivers this week. I'm pretty sure that they weren't, we have injuries to key players, not to like depth players. I mean, we have injuries to depth players too, but we also have injuries to key players. That shit gets old, man. It's just, I don't know if it's just bad luck. I don't know if the football gods hate us, but it's getting old. I'm tired of seeing Michael Thomas not playing. And I love Michael Thomas. When he is on, he is one of the best wide receivers in the league. The man has missed like almost 20 plus games in the past 2 years. I'm tired of him missing games. And I'm not blaming any player for healing their injuries. Injuries are unfortunate part of the game. They happen, right? Like we can't control Michael Thomas catching turf toe on Carolina's bad turf. But I'm just tired of it, man. And I start to worry, like, okay, it's Michael Thomas's body starting to break down. We kind of knew Jarvis Landry was at the twilight of his career where I expected him to miss some games, but the timing was just awful. And then Olave, the bright spot for our team, right? The guy who looks like he's going to be a serious building block for us. Of course, he catches a touchdown. Freaking brain gets scrambled on the touchdown. Now he's out. So how crazy is it that this vaunted wide receiver core that we were so excited for, and it took 6 weeks, and all three of them were out. Not just 2, all 3 were out. I mean, it gets old. It gets draining. And of all weeks, against the week we were going to play Eli Apple. Now, granted, our wide receiver still made Eli Apple look pretty stupid today, but it's just like we can't even, like, I wasn't ringing the Super Bowl bell. I did it if I were, I was doing it in jest, like to be silly. Some of the things we just asked for small things this year. Like I was like, I'll be happy with a playoff season and to abuse Eli Apple in week 6. We couldn't even enjoy that because the goddamn 3 top wide receivers was out. Like it hasn't been fun. This season, besides week 1 in that 4th quarter against Atlanta, this season just hasn't been fun. The team looks like they're not having fun. And you look at the Philadelphia Eagles today, they look like they're having fun. And what a shock. They got our first round pick and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Like I'm watching teams and I'm like, where did our camaraderie go with the Saints? Like, where did this team looks like they come and it's just a job to them. Like, it is a job, but we used to be like one of the most fun teams in the league, like dancing on the sideline, team pumping each other up. Now it just looks like the team is just clocking in and clocking out, man. The magic is not there. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And I think we're starting to see why Dennis Allen flamed out in Oakland, right? Now, we're biased. We gave him every excuse in the book. Oh, well, Oakland didn't have good management, and Oakland didn't have good talent. Okay, well, he has good management and good talent in New Orleans, and he's still flaming out. So that's why the thumbnail of you saw it. It's a time to panic. I panicked after we lost to the Carolina Panthers. I'm sorry. The Carolina Panthers are arguably the worst team in the league, and they dog walked us. And not even like talent and dominant. Like Baker Mayfield had 89 yards, and they still dog walked us. That to me was the biggest indictment I have ever had on a head coach before. And I was like, Dennis Allen, I don't know if you're that guy. I know we had a long season to go afterwards, but if you can't beat the Carolina Panthers, and we can say, well, because Jameis had a bad back, well, then don't play him. Don't play him if he has a bad back by then. Like, we knew he had a bad back. So Dennis Allen is just doing a lot of things that is making me question, is this guy the right leader for a team? We know he's a great defensive coordinator. Some guys are great assistants. Some guys are meant to be CEOs. I don't think Dennis Allen is meant to be a CEO, folks. I want him to prove me wrong, but it's not looking good. I mean, he's known for defense, right? If you would have told me before today the Saints were going to still put up, 26 points with our top 3 wide receivers, I would say it's on Dennis Allen and that defense to fucking find a way to win this game. Because if you could get 26 points with Traquan Smith and Marquez Callaway as your top 2 wide receivers, brother, that's on your defense to win the game, not on the offense. And he's still calling the defensive plays, mind you. And freaking Joe Burrow. I mean, they literally scored. They only had the ball 3 times in their last possessions. They scored on every single drive they scored. Every single drive. We played a great strategy, in my opinion. Keep away. We tried to play keep away from them. We tried to play this. We're going to dominate the time of possession. I was okay with that. But then when we would finally, get field goals or whatever, and of course, in a perfect world, you want the touchdowns, right? But we got the field goals, we got points. We would eat up like 6-7 minutes possessions. Defense would come on the field. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, dog walking them. And the defense was supposed to be our strength this season. Fucking dog walking them. Let's talk about it, folks. Let's talk about it. Tyrann Mathieu, we fucking threw a parade when he signed with us. This dude looks like he's retired. Like, he looks like he's scared of contact. I don't want to disrespect Tyrann Mathieu. He's a freaking legend in this city. I'm disappointed because he's not playing the way I know he's old in NFL age, but he looks like he is. Whew. Like I said, I don't want to disrespect him, but it's disrespectful the way he's playing defense right now. It's just a combination of a lot of things, folks, and it is bad. Our defensive line, we invested 3 first-round picks on Marcus Davenport and Payne Turner. You know how many sacks they have this year? 0.5. Not even 1. 0.5. I already have 0. 0.5. And Payne Turner is always hurt. From what? Like, dude, you're in the NFL now. Buck up. From a chest injury. Dude, you're in the NFL. Guess what? Your chest is going to hurt. Buck up. Come on, man. And I blame Payne for that one. Sean Payne left us with a shitty-ass draft pick to end out his tenure. Davenport is solid. He shows flashes. I know with the yada yada. Look at all the pressure he gets. We need sacks. Fuck pressure. This is the 2022 NFL. Pressure, it can only go so far when you got quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. Speaking of Lamar Jackson, he was right there in our hands in 2018, and we took Marcus Davenport instead. Good job, Sean Payton. Good job, Jeff Ireland. And now look at us at quarterback. We can argue all day. Oh, Andy Dalton or Jameis Winston. Who gives a shit, y'all? They both aren't that good. I'm not wasting my energy on debating about the quarterbacks. They're both not that good. We can ring the bell all day. Oh, well, Jameis has potential and just give him. We've been giving Jameis excuses for the past 8-9 years. Motherfucker, he is what he is. He's injury prone at this point, too. His body's breaking down. So I don't want to hear no damn debates about who's the. Guess what, guys? The QB of the future is not on the team right now. It ain't Dalton. It ain't Jameis. Another thing is that it seems like we just run into a bad luck stretch where the players that we depended on to, win games, I think a lot of them are just catching points in their careers where their bodies are starting to like really break down. Like I said earlier, I think Michael Thomas's body might be starting to break down. It sucks to say he's young, but come on now, this is 3 years essentially now where his foot is giving him problems. Tyrann Mathieu, he's old again by NFL. His body looks like it's starting to break down, which is why he looks like he's afraid to make contact. Did y'all see the Jamar Chase game-winning touchdown? Tyrann Mathieu looks like he's afraid to make contact. The DK Metcalf touchdown last week. Tyrann Mathieu literally looks like he's scared to make tackles right now. Jameis Winston's body looks like it's breaking down. Cam Jones and Demario Davis ain't getting any younger. And shout out to Cam Jones and Demario Davis, two of the oldest players on our team, but two players that you can at least know that they're going to suit up every goddamn Sunday. Cam Jones has missed one game in his career, and that's because of that dumbass COVID. Demario has missed one game since he's been the same, and that was because of the COVID last year. And we can go on about, oh yeah, well, they're regressing. Well, hell yeah, they're regressing. Y'all, they're freaking in their mid-30s, which is old in NFL age. Why in the hell are we relying on Cam Jones to be the start of the defensive line? That should be Payne Turner and Marcus Davenport. So I'm not going to get on Cam Jones. I'm not going to get on Demario Davis. Shit, they should be in the point in their careers where the young bucks should be fucking taking the mantle from them. We in a bad spot, y'all. So to answer the question in my dumb, is it time to panic? You're damn right it's time to panic. We're in a bad spot. We don't have a first-round pick, y'all. We don't have a first-round pick, and it's probably going to be a top 10 pick. And you know who has it? The team that's 6-0 right now. The team that dog-walked us this offseason. They took our first-round pick, and they took Chauncey Gardner-Johnson from us. And I just tweeted this about an hour ago. If your franchise is going to make a cocky-ass trade on some, or we could trade Chauncey Gardner-Johnson because we got so much talent, motherfucker, you better be a good team. You better be a good team if you're going to trade Chauncey Gardner-Johnson for peanuts before the start of the season. That was one of the most cockiest trades I ever seen a franchise made. The type of shit that Bill Belichick would make. But guess what? Bill Belichick is good. The Patriots were good teams. They could trade star players because they knew they had a good team. Mickey Loomis and Dennis Allen was smelling their own shit and thinking, oh, we can trade Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. We got all this depth in the secondary. Look at him and look at us right now. Motherfucker has 3 interceptions in 2 weeks. We got 1 interception all year. I have never seen a team move so cockily. And cockily isn't even a goddamn word. That's how mad I am. I have never seen a team move so cocky and be so bad. Like, if you're going to move this cocky in the offseason, Paul, you better be good. Paul, you better have a head coach that you know is the shit. Freaking Dennis Allen was 80-23, and we gave him this motherfucker the fucking world. We said, yeah, we'll trade our first-round pick for you, Dennis Allen, because we know it's going to be Super Bowl or bust. Super Bowl or bust. How that's working out for us right now. We're in a bad spot, y'all. I hate to say it. Call me over, say I'm overrating or whatever. We are in a bad spot. We got all these contracts for players that are hurt or just aren't what we thought they would be. Tyrann Mathieu's contract is guaranteed for the next 2 years. He looks like crap. Michael Thomas is owed like $80 million. He hasn't played more than 5 games in a row in the past 4 seasons. Demario's getting old. Cam's getting old. We don't have a first-round pick. We don't have a quarterback of the future. We are in a bad spot. We don't, and again, maybe y'all disagree. I don't think Dennis Allen is shit as a head coach. We are in a bad spot. It might be another 2 or 3 years before we can finally turn this thing around. I didn't even get on the cap space yet. And mind you, I make fun of all the people who always get on us about cap space because I'm a proponent of kick the can down the road. If you feel like you got a talented squad, matter of fact, we'll run the cap space when it needs to happen. Well, guess what? It's happening. We've reached the end of that road. It's going to probably take about 2 or 3 years to get this shit fixed, y'all. I hate to say it. Because one, in this league, you cannot go anywhere if you don't have a great quarterback and head coach combo. Guys, I don't think we have a quarterback or head coach who's going to be a New Orleans Saint in the next 3 years. I don't think Dennis Allen is going to be our coach in 3 years. I don't think Jameis Winston, we damn sure know they don't. They're going to be our quarterback in the next 3 years. So that's probably where we should have asked ourselves this offseason before we made all these splash moves. We should be like, is our quarterback and head coach combo good enough for us to sell the farm and go all in for 2022? And I get why we went all in. The NFC sucks. Have y'all seen the NFC? The NFC sucks. NFC East is like the only good division in the Minnesota Vikings. Every other team is 3-3 or less, which is crazy, right? Like, had we won, had our defense actually got a fucking stop, we will be literally right there in the middle of the pack. The NFC sucks, so I get why we went for we're gonna take our chances this year, but brother, if that shit don't work out and it's not working out, this is what you face. A future of uncertainty. Yeah, injury. I mean, again, that's fine. Injuries are definitely something that I'm over, Jerry. But I mean, it's not just injuries, but it's a lot. It's a combination of things. Ian says I'm overreacting big time. Explain, Ian. I don't know. We're 2-4. We're 2-4. I don't know how. I don't know. It's one thing. Here's what I say. If we were 2-4 and we had a first round draft pick, I would be okay. I would be like, you know what? Whatever happens this season, we can finally maybe draft a superstar, hopefully, knock on wood, quarterback in the first round. We don't have a first round pick. Okay, so you're 2-4. But then maybe you start to look for, glass half full. Or maybe we could build off this player. We don't have a quarterback, y'all. Y'all can argue about Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill and Andy Dalton till y'all blue in the face. Deep down, y'all know that ain't none of them guys gonna be on our team in 3 years. Maybe Taysom, but Taysom probably gonna be. Taysom already old. Like he only has like maybe 1 or 2 good years where he can play this physical style of football. We don't have a quarterback. Like we don't have anything to build off of to be excited about, y'all. And Dennis Allen has not shown us that he's somebody that we can rely on. So y'all can say I'm being overreactionary. I feel like y'all just being biased. If this was the Atlanta Falcons, y'all, we would be dancing on their graves right now. We'd be like, man, Atlanta ain't got a head coach. They ain't got a quarterback. They're going to be shit for the next 3 or 4 years. But because it's the Saints, we're programmed to be like, well, maybe if we do this or maybe if we do. No. Look, take off your glasses for a little bit. Be objective. And I agree, Ian. Yes, if we beat the Cardinals Thursday, I give you, we're right back in it. We might make the playoffs at freaking 7-10 or 8-9 because the NFC South looks like it's going to be a shit fest this year. That's fine. It has nothing to do with our future, y'all. Our future doesn't look good. It doesn't. Now, of course, yes, I am definitely cheering for us to win Thursday. We have to cheer for us to have a good season because we don't have a first round pick. So it's either feast or famine, right? We have no option. We got to be good. We got to turn this shit around. Because I kid you not, if we had a first round pick, I would be like, screw the playoffs. It's time to rebuild. And you still can't rebuild, because again, I'm not counting for the fact that Sean Payne might come back next year. We might get a first round pick. We might. Who knows? Shit. The way Mickey Loomis traded Chelsea Gardner-Johnson for peanuts, he might take a freaking third round pick for Sean Payne. Who the hell knows? They would say, what the market? What's the market? Whatever. So I'm not saying to punt this season away, folks. I'm not saying that it's over. Again, thank God the NFC sucks that we do still have some hope. But if your team has to rely on your division or your conference sucking to make you feel better, then your team probably sucks. Your team probably sucks. It reminds me of 2014 when we went 7-9 and we still had a chance to make the playoffs. Had we won our last game, we probably could have made it, I believe. But Carolina wound up making it at 7-9 over us. And it was like, it would be nice to make the playoffs at 7-9, but that don't mean you're a good team. It just means that you just got lucky that your division sucked that year. We might get lucky that the division sucks this year and we could back into the playoffs. Maybe we'll get hot at the right time. Who knows? But there's nothing that this team has shown me to make me think that we can even get to 7 wins at this point, to be honest with you. And again, I'll tell you what I am overreacting about, folks. We put up 26 points. I don't know what the damn final score was. Who gives a shit? I think it was 26 points we put up with Traquan Smith, Marquez Callaway, and Rashid Shaheed. I got to learn this dude's name. He fast as hell, though. That's our top 3 wide receivers. That's pretty impressive. Like, the team showed fight today. Had they held on to the lead, this would be a whole different live stream right now. We'll be talking about what if we do this and that? Can we, maybe be one of those dark horse contending NFC wildcard teams or whatever? It just shows you how one drive can just change a whole attitude towards how you feel about your team. I poke fun of it in my skits all the time. So I will say I'm overreacting on that part. Yeah, like, had we actually found the way to just hold the Bengals and not give up the 2 touchdowns on their last 2 drives, I would be singing a way different tune right now. Absolutely. But we didn't. You can't go by ifs and buts. You go by what you see on that TV screen. And for 6 weeks now, I've seen a below average team. Well, a very below average team. Below average might get you into the NFC wild card this year. If it does, God bless us. I'll take it. The football guys owe us something, right? The way they've been treating us the past few years. But I am not optimistic about this team's future at all. And I won't be until I actually have faith that Dennis Allen is that guy, which I don't think he is. And until we get a quarterback of the future. So I know some of y'all might come in and say, oh, wait till James gets healthy. He'll show you. We've been saying James is going to show you for the past 2.5 years. Bucs fans were saying for the past 6 years when he was their quarterback, James is going to show y'all. Watch out. And what did we do? We made fun of Bucs fans, right? Until James started wearing black and gold. Then suddenly he was out. So it was like, oh, yeah, you know what? James is going to show y'all. And I like James, by the way, too. Good leader. Good leaders don't mean you good quarterback, but good leader. He's in at his peak. He's a above average quarterback. That's fine. If you're going to have an above average quarterback as your guy, you better have a damn good defense, though. Right now, we ain't got that. So, yeah. That's my rant. 25 people in the thing. I'm glad y'all stayed up late for this. I'll get to some comments. Feel free to leave a comment. Let's have a discussion. Ian, I like Ian. Ian's my dog, by the way, y'all. But that's one of those optimistic ass fans who's gonna be optimistic no matter what. Ian, we can't play by the if game. If we were healthy, if the NFL doesn't work by ifs. Yeah, 5-2 if we were healthy. Guess what? We're not. The Traders Playbook says trade Michael Thomas for a first rounder. He don't want to be here. Here's the problem. The Traders Playbook. Michael Thomas is owed like $90 million. What NFL team is going to trade for an injury-prone wide receiver who's worth that much money at this point in their franchise? What team is going to do that? Probably none. The only way a team was going to trade for Michael Thomas is if two things. One, if the Saints say we'll pay for the bulk of his contract, which would be stupid at that point, you might as well just keep him. Or two, if you find a team that's like playing to try to win a Super Bowl who gets desperate and say Michael Thomas is going to be the one that puts us over the top, then maybe. But ain't no team trading for Michael Thomas in that contract. John Jones says get Jason Garrett. I don't know about that. Jerry is also a positive guy. He says 3-4. Well, look, the Cardinals don't look too hot either, but DeAndre Hopkins is coming back, of course. Hopefully we get Marshawn back, but I doubt it. If we win Thursday, then yeah, we can maybe get a little bit more excited about the possibility of making the playoffs, but that doesn't change the fact, y'all, that, sorry I'm not being optimistic. Sorry, but, I mean, I don't know what to tell y'all. I do appreciate the fans who do stay optimistic or, glass half full, but ain't nothing to be glass half full about right now, folks. Like, this is a bad team. This is a bad team. And again, if this was the Panthers that was in our position right now, or the Falcons or the Bucs, we'd be trashing them. We would be trashing them. So I get that because they're the Saints. We gotta be like, I'm a fan. Rah, rah, rah. I'm gonna stand by my guys. But you can also be, I don't want to say a realist. You could be real and be optimistic too, but you could be speaking of, y'all see this cool shirt? I want to shout out my friends at Wanna Wear Who That. If you want a cool shirt like this, I honestly don't know if Tyrann Matthew deserves a spot on the shirt right now, but www.wannawearwhothat.com. Let me get back to some of these comments. Jacob Battles says, trade Alvin Kamara while his value is still high. He's a running back. They don't last long anyway and are easy to find. I don't think Kamaras are easy to find, but I do think running backs are a position that you can grab. You can replace pretty well. Now, can you find a running back with Kamara's skill set? Yes, but it ain't going to be easy. Kamara is one of those players, even with his high contract, that is probably one of our best assets to trade. It would just suck, though, because Kamara is like one of the players who still is actually playing pretty damn well, though. I would hate to lose him, but at this point, what can you do? I mean, again, I'm not very confident at all about our team's future. Oh, Henry says, I'm just saying, Taysom had a splint on his finger last year when he started. I think he would do much better this year. Again, I'm not really going to debate about the quarterback situation because all three of them are above average at best, which is fine, but you got to have an elite defense if you have an above average quarterback, and we don't, so it doesn't matter. The quarterback of our future is not on this team right now, folks. The quarterback of our future is not on his team right now. Jerry called Trader stupid. We got a little, your season isn't going good when you got a little bit of in-house fighting with the Saints fans. Super King Koopa says we suck. We're stuck. He might have meant we suck too. Gail isn't going to hold anybody accountable. Well, you know what? Gail might be focused on that team behind me, the Pelicans, and I think the Pelicans are going to take over the city. They better. This is the Pelicans' chance. I'll tell you that. But if the Pelicans can't take advantage of this season while the Saints are kind of on a free fall to grab the New Orleans sports fan attention, then that's a shame on them. Jordan says get Jason Garrett as an offensive coordinator. He's a better coordinator than he is a coach. I'll say that. Adam says, bro, put Hill as QB1. We won more. I'll say this. Taysom Hill has a good record as a starter. But again, guys, I don't care who's starting that quarterback. I don't. None of them are special. They're not. None of them are guys that I feel like are going to win games for you. They're going to manage games at best, which is fine if you had a good defense. Right now, our defense fucking sucks. So who gives a shit, right? If it's Taysom, great. If it's Annie, great. If it's Jameis, great. I think at their peak, Jameis is obviously the better option of all three. But if he can't stay healthy, then what does it matter? What does it matter if he can't stay healthy? And I hate it because it seems like his body is breaking down. And I'm cheering for Jameis. I've said this multiple times. I feel like you got to say this because if you don't, then all the Jameis stands are going to come at you. I'm cheering for Jameis. I like Jameis. He's a great leader. You either got it or you don't. And it sucks that his body is breaking down at this critical time of his career, but it is what it is. Ian says, it sure don't work by ifs. We lost, period. But the fact of the matter is that one is in the past, and it sucks because we lost. But when we win the next one, we're going to be singing a different tune. But what if we don't, Ian? What if we don't? 27 people in the chat. Appreciate you all for joining late at night. If you're new to the channel, even if you're not, hit the like and subscribe button. If you're not a Saints fan, I'm trying to get more NFL fans, to be honest, to come and join. I want to make this not just a Saints-only community, but an NFL community. So my loyal Saints fans can talk some shit. Because we Saints fans, we're going to talk shit no matter what. Talk shit to the other NFL fans. So hopefully we got some non-Saints fans who the algorithm bought. But if it's just a Saints-only chat, that's fine with me too. Because you know me, I'm a 504 boy. Nick says, Tyrann Mathieu does suck. He's terrible. He should have a 72. Yeah, he was the highest rated safety in the league. And man, right? That was false. Trader's Playbook says, I'm not buying the Michael Thomas injury. Dude isolates himself from the team, and I never see him on the sidelines rooting for the team. Well, that's a conspiracy theory if I've heard one. I do think Michael Thomas is hurt. I don't think Michael Thomas, to me, is too much of a competitor to not want to be playing. So I don't think he's purposely avoiding the team or sitting out games. I think it kills him that he can't play. I'm talking from a fan perspective, not a human. From a human perspective, I hope Jameis gets healthy. I hope Michael gets healthy. I hope Jarvis gets healthy. It's a brutal game, this game of football is. So I don't fault anybody for getting hurt, even Peyton Turner. But as a fan, motherfucker, get on the field. But I don't think it's a conspiracy theory. I don't think Michael Thomas is purposely not trying to play. I just think that, unfortunately, it feels like his body is breaking down a little bit. Might as well put Roby on the island. It felt like that, right? But Roby won. Nope. Chase, look, here's the thing. Burrow and Chase is going to be a great borderline, possible elite combo for the next 10 years. So I'm fine with getting beat by them because those two are two special players. It's just, I don't know. The game is on the line, defense. Get a stop, right? We're not the first team that Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow are going to make look stupid. And we're not the last. King Cooper says how Herschel's been performing I do think it was worth it because I think Penny has the potential to be a special talent. But I'm going to be honest. I thought Peyton Turner had the tools to be a special talent. I thought Marcus Davenport. So we'll see what comes of Trevor Penny. But I do believe in the philosophy that you have to build your team through both lines, the defensive line and the offensive line. So I'm never mad when we try and draft and invest in our offensive line and defensive line. Unfortunately, it hasn't really worked out besides Eric McCoy for the offensive line. Ruiz has been playing better. Let me stop. Ruiz has been playing much better this year. We'll see what happens with Penny. The defensive line has been a bust. Penny Turner and Marcus Davenport, a bust. Davenport's been okay, but he hasn't been worked 2 first rounds, I can tell you that. Jacob Battle says there's too many injuries for the last couple of years to even have any optimism to do anything when you have over 10 people on the list. And that's what I'm saying, Jacob. Me and Jacob are on the same notion with that. Is that, I mean, like, how can you even muster up the energy to be excited about the game or talk trash as fans usually do when you look at the injury report and you see like 12 players on the list? And it's like, God damn. And I don't want to blame the training staff because we actually brought a new training staff in this year, I believe. But like, what the hell is up, man? Like, these injuries, is it just bad luck? I don't know. Quick diversion. Jerry asked how was SmackDown. SmackDown was great. SmackDown was great. I enjoyed it. My channel was so unique, right? Like, most of you guys, I imagine, subscribe to me for the Saints content, but I do so much other stuff. And sometimes I'm like, man, do I want to post my wrestling videos knowing that the bulk of my subscribers are Saints fans? But I always say this, my channel is like a big gumbo pot of content. So you're going to get a variety of a lot of things. And sometimes you're going to get wrestling content. And I always enjoy when WWE comes down. I had a good time. And the great thing is that, boy, them wrestling fans are passionate, because every time I post wrestling videos, y'all see my views, I get like 30,000 views. So I'm starting to wonder, do I want to stop doing Saints content and just do wrestling content full time? I'm not going to do that to y'all. I'm not going to stop doing Saints content. But boy, them wrestling fans are passionate. So I need the Saints fans to, I appreciate all of you guys, by the way, but I need the Saints fans to start being like those wrestling fans. Any wrestling video I do gets a lot of numbers. So where the Saints fans at, man? Come on, start. Not that I'm, selfish or anything. I'm very happy with my subscriber count right now. Let me just say that. And I did miss Ian at the SmackDown, but Ian, I'm sure me and you, because we always at the same type of events, we'll run into each other again. John says Eli Apple hates you and New Orleans. He does, but Eli Apple got the last laugh. I don't know if y'all saw Eli Apple's tweet, but he tweeted, "Who dat is greater than who? I mean, who they is greater than who dat?" And honestly, I didn't even have the energy to talk shit back. Obviously, a lot of other Saints fans still did, but I was like, I'm tired. Like, I'm tired of talking shit to opposing players and opposing fans, and our team doesn't back it up. So I was like, congratulations, Eli. Eli didn't play that great of a game, but his team won. So you know what, Eli Apple, talk your shit, because if our guys don't have the moxie or the talent to be able to beat your team, then talk all the shit you want. I'm not going to keep talking shit on behalf of the Saints and the team lets us down. Which brings me to, what am I going to do for my skits, right? Usually my skits are like to have fun and talk trash, but it's kind of hard to talk trash when your team is shit. I'm going to still do it, don't get me wrong, but we're in a funny spot, folks. We are in a funny spot. We can only hope that it gets better, but it's not looking good. It is not looking good. Let me get to some more comments. We're not going to be on here long, guys. It's 11 o'clock. I'm assuming a lot of you guys have work tomorrow. I do appreciate you guys joining the live stream. Here's one thing. Don't let the Saints loss make you have a bad night of sleep. I know I used to be in the past. Let me know if y'all felt the same way. I used to like literally toss and turn and have a hard time sleeping when the Saints lose. I don't do that no more. I'm like, I ain't gonna let no millionaire players affect my personal life. Hell with that. So don't let the Saints affect y'all sleep, okay? Caleb says we are lacking a team leader. And it's ironic because, I mean, we got leaders, right? I think Mark Ingram is a good leader. I think James is a good leader. I think DeMario is a great leader. I think Cam's a good leader. I thought Tyrone was going to be a good leader. Like, we have leaders. But here's what it comes from. And this is from King Cooper. I don't think it's about leadership. We're lacking energy. Like, even if you watch DeMario Davis's pregame huddle, man, them pregame huddles used to have the whole city of New Orleans bucked up before games. Watch his pregame huddles this season. It just seems like the team doesn't have that, I don't know, that hunger. I'm not saying that they don't want to win, but it just, something's missing, man. And I think a lot of it is intensity. And Sean Payton, for all of his faults, brought a lot of intensity to the team. Dennis Allen doesn't bring any intensity, man. He's just like a ho hum, I guess we got to stop doing turnovers soon. I guess we're going to have to stop, the penalties soon. Man, show some fire. Show some passion. Make them players fear you. You better make them fear you before you make them respect you. Make them fear you. When Sean Payton came in 2006, he made them motherfuckers fear him before he made them respect him. He made them motherfuckers say that, oh boy, if we get a penalty or we get a turnover, I don't want to look at Payton in the eyes because I know that motherfucker going to go scorch earth on me. This team ain't afraid of Dennis Allen, man. Make them fear you. Dennis Allen? Dennis just doesn't bring that intensity, man. He doesn't. Because we got the talent. Shout out to all 4,500 subscribers. Adam, thanks for the heads up. I do appreciate all of you guys. I kid you not. I do appreciate all of you guys. I have big goals and dreams for this channel, I guess. But I do appreciate all 4,500 subscribers who loyally watch my content. I want more, but I do appreciate you guys right now. We're one big happy family. We fight sometimes, but families fight, and it's all in love. But back to Dennis Allen, man. Show some goddamn intensity, man. I just don't see it, guy. I don't know if he's the guy. I know Mickey Loomis isn't going to fire him after the season, so we're stuck with him for at least another year. He's shown me nothing. He has shown me nothing to believe that he's our guy for the next few years. The Traders playbook says he knew it was going to be a long season after we traded CJ for peanuts. And again, that was a very cocky trade. It's a trade that you better make if you know damn well your team is going to be a great team going into the season. For whatever reason, Mickey Loomis and Dennis Allen swore that this team was going to be great this year, and it hasn't happened. And so now that trade looked pretty bad beforehand. The trade looks atrocious now. It looks atrocious. I appreciate Jerry because Jerry is always going to be positive. Jerry, this is the great thing about fandom. I'm not telling anybody how they should feel. If you feel positive about the team, if you feel like we're one win away from getting back on track, more power to y'all. I'm not criticizing y'all. I'm not saying anybody's stupid for still being positive. None of that at all. Every fan has every right to feel how they want to feel. Me personally, I just don't feel confident at all in this regime, in the quarterbacks, in a lot of things right now. I don't feel confident. That doesn't mean I'm not going to have fun still. I'm still going to give y'all some, it's subjective, funny skits. Like I'm still going to have fun. Like I'm a Saints fan till I die, right? That's what we all say whenever we're trying to prove our fandom. I'm going to still have fun, but I'm taking away my comedy hat right quick and just being like an actual fan, or objective fan or whatever. I'm not confident in what we have building right now. Ian says, John, we've been playing in one possession games all season. We are losing. It's okay there, I promise. But Ian, NFL is a one possession league, right? The Giants are 5-1. I think a lot of their wins came by one possession. That's the difference between coaching. The Giants have a coach who looks like, oh, that guy might be the next Sean Payton, like the guy who's going to be the Giants head coach for the next 10 years. It's a one possession league. You can't play ifs in the NFL, man. You can't be like, well, if this would have happened, if a lot of ifs. Shit, if Marcus Williams makes that tackle against the Vikings, maybe we win the 2017 Super Bowl. If he does that flag in 2018, maybe we win the 2018 Super Bowl. If Roman Harper and Malcolm Jenkins stopped Vernon Davis in 2011, maybe we win an NFC championship that year. We can't go by ifs. You can only go by what actually happens. If my auntie had a penis, she'd be my uncle. You can't go by ifs. Sean Payton jumped off the shift before it sunk. I'm starting to believe that. I told a lot of people this. This is when Sean Payton retired, quit, whatever you want to call it, and I panicked. I was like, "Ooh, guys, you don't lose a Hall of Fame quarterback and a Hall of Fame coach and think that everything's gonna be okay." And a good bit of fans was like, "Oh, Jonathan, calm down. It's gonna be okay." I mean, we're 2-4. Is it okay? But anyways, and I was like, we'll do this and that and yada yada yada. And I was like, yeah. And then we ended up with Jameis after we struck out on Deshaun Watson. And that should have been the sign for y'all with Jameis right there, that we were willing to take on Deshaun Watson.
James was our plan B. James was our plan B. And I was like, y'all, it seems like our front office doesn't have as much faith in Jameis Winston the way y'all have faith in Jameis Winston. But that's neither here nor there. I also say, if Sean Payton believed in Jameis Winston, Sean Payton would not have left us. If Patrick Mahomes was our quarterback, you think Sean Payton would have retired? If Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson was our quarterback, do y'all think Sean Payton would have retired? I don't. If Sean Payton had a quarterback he believed in, he would have stayed. So to me, it was like, well, damn. Sean Payton obviously doesn't believe in Jameis Winston the way Saints fans do if Sean Payton is ready to call it quits. And so, yeah, Sean Payton definitely, he left us with some good things, but he also left us with a lot of things that we are having to pay the piper for now. Jordan says, you are not getting it. Dennis Allen is just a substitute, Jono. Well, how long do we have the substitute teacher in? When is the real teacher coming in? Hopefully soon. Pete is spamming my chat with pingas. I don't know what that means, Pete, but thanks for joining the chat. It helps the algorithm at least. Kate up says, bro. What's up? Y'all telling Pete. Hold on, let me see if Pete, I'm gonna have to block you, Pete. I'm gonna put you in timeout, Pete. I rarely do this, Pete, but I'm doing it because you're annoying the other people in the chat. I put them in timeout, y'all. And I usually don't do that. I'm actually cool with trolls coming in, but if it bothers y'all, then I'll definitely always, like Jazz on a freshman, I throw that motherfucker out. So I put him in timeout, and hopefully he learned this lesson. And Ian, I'm gonna have to just have you call into the show because you really, Ian's probably like, why is everybody so panicked? Because we're 2-4, Ian. We're 2-4, dude. I'm on trader side though. Call a spade a spade. The eyes don't lie. You can only go by what the eyes tell you. We suck right now. We do. Today wasn't a bad game. I'm not saying we suck today, but we're 2-4. You are what your record says you are. I do agree, William. I hope the Pels do much better. Season open on Wednesday. I might live stream that game. We'll see. So that answers your question, J-Dog. Depends on what time that stream is for, because the Pelicans play Wednesday, and I'm definitely going to be tuning into that game. So, but I would gladly, happily do your show in the future. I would love to talk Saints football with other people. So even if it's not Wednesday, I think you follow me on Facebook, J-Dog. We can definitely do something in the future. But Wednesday's a bad night because that's the Pelicans season opener. And, I got some high hopes for the Pelicans this year. Again, I think this is the Pelicans' shot to take over the city. While the Saints are struggling, the Pelicans seem like they have a pretty damn good team. Knock on wood. I've been hyped up about the Pelicans before, and it's biting me in the ass, so I'm not going to act like it's a guarantee that the Pelicans are going to be great, but they have a lot of pieces that I really hope that this is the year that for them. I really do. Kato, we might look. Y'all see that I got the shorts on. Oh, good. Y'all want to subscribe to my OnlyFans? I got the Pelican shorts on right now. I'm ready. I'm gonna start an OnlyFans, get some money. Hey, what happened to my super chats, man? I remember when I first got super chats, I used to get a lot of super chats. Y'all don't super chat me no more. Oh, here's that motorcycle on the back. I like super chat. I like money. Because I want to do more with my skits. I want to get more creative with my skits. And like use more resources. So don't be afraid to super chat, y'all. Even if it's $1. If it's $1 goes a long way. Well, I always say that if I ever get big enough to get a lot of super chats, I would definitely for you guys travel to Saints games so I can vlog from other stadiums. Y'all saw, I hope y'all saw, I had a lot of views, my Atlanta Falcons vlog, right? How much fun that was. I would love to do that for you guys. Full time, I guess is the word. All right, back to the comments. Tito Man says defense kept missing. Oh yeah, I think Nick Underhill tweeted a few minutes ago, or an hour ago, that the defense leads the league in missed tackles. That sucks. Woo! Says missing on Patrick Mahomes. Well, you know what? That happens. It sucks that the Chiefs took him before us. What I'm mad at is that we had Lamar Jackson in our hands and we took Marcus Davenport instead. And I heard somebody say that the Lamar Jackson agent or whatever didn't want to come to New Orleans because of Breeze and didn't want Lamar Jackson to sit for that long or whatever. And to that I say, who gives a shit, right? Fuck, I don't care if you want to come or not, nigga. We drafted you coming. Reggie Bush agent said that Reggie Bush didn't want to come to the Saints. You know what Sean Payne said? Fuck you and hung up the phone and said we're taking Reggie Bush. So we should have took Lamar Jackson, but Jerry says he still believes. Jerry's always going to believe. I'm not shocked at that. Ian laughed at the comment about ifs was it was an X-rated comment, but this is late night, so we can get a little X-rated. William says the window is closing this season. If we don't turn it up, the window might have already closed. I'm not a head coach. I'm just one of those countless armchair quarterbacks who rants and raves. I'm not a head coach. I respect Dennis Allen knows more football than I will. Dennis Allen has forgotten more football than I will ever know. But that's the beauty of the NFL. This is why it's a billion-dollar corporation. This is why all of these guys are going to be set for life when they retire. It's because what comes with the territory of being millionaires is that they have to sit back and watch people like us rant and give our analysis. Even though we're obviously not as qualified as them, that doesn't mean we're going to stop from giving our analysis. So with that said, no, I would never be a head coach. It's a lot of hours, too. I ain't got time for all that. Too much stress. I'd rather watch. Ian says, I need you to answer as to when the Pels was 3-16 last year. Was you as pissed as you are now? Actually, I did a video when the Pelicans were 3-16 because if you know me, you know the 3-16 never fails. The 3-16 never fails. That was all part of the plan. The Pelicans went 3-16 on purpose. It's all part of the plan. I made a video about that. Go look at my YouTube. Just search Dwayne Barnes 3-16 or something. It should come up. It was all part of the plan to go 3-16. So no, I did not panic when the Pelicans were 3-16 because I knew the 3-16 never fails. The 3-16 never fails. Adam says he's broke. That makes two of us, Adam. I'm just, y'all don't feel like I'm pressuring. Oh, somebody did give a super chat. I was just playing, y'all, but I do appreciate it. So let's put that motherfucking super chat up. And that's my dog, the Traders Playbook. He says, keep going, Jono. I love seeing the growth, my brother. Keep it up. Who that? Thank you, the Traders Playbook. And I appreciate your analysis, Trader. Look, no comment in the Jono Barnes live stream is deemed stupid or dumb or anything like that. If you're optimistic, more power to you. If you're pessimistic, more power to you. Every fan has a right to feel the way they want to feel. Every fan. So again, I'm not calling anybody who still thinks that we have a shot at turning this around. I'm not calling you stupid. I'm not calling you dumb. I'm not calling you irrational. You have every right to feel that way. I appreciate that you feel that way. That's a good way to live, to be honest with you. I live that way in my personal life to be glass half full. Not with my teams, but in my personal life. But if you also are negative, you have every right to be negative right now because we're 2-4. It's one. If we were 4-2, I'll be like, yeah, let's calm the negativity down, folks. Because I remember in 2020 when we went 12-4, right? And fans were still like, complaining about Drew and about Payne, and I'm like, y'all mother, like we're 12-4. Like there's times you can be negative. Don't be negative when your team is actually winning. But right now we're 2-4, so fans can be negative all they want. Traders Playbook, thank you very much. That $5 goes into the Jono Barnes YouTube channel fund. All the money and it's not a lot, trust me, it's not a lot. The money that I make from YouTube, I literally just set it aside for if I'm going to buy upgraded equipment or if I decide to maybe possibly go. Again, I had a lot of fun in Atlanta, so I would love to go to another away game and vlog it for you guys. So one, y'all can see, how other teams' stadiums are, see how other teams' fan bases get down. And hopefully y'all can see how we did in Atlanta when we trolled them. I mean, those are memories that Saints fans, that's what makes being a sports fan. So I enjoy capturing moments like that for you guys. So yeah, any super chat that I ever get, I promise y'all, it's going right back into content for you guys because that's what I'm doing it for. I appreciate it. The Traders Playbook. Nola Gaines says, who that, John? Oh, yeah, it's still who that. William, I completely skipped you. I'm sorry. You sent a super sticker. I don't know what these super stickers are. I really don't. Like, does it give you a sticker to put on top? I don't know. I never knew what a super sticker was, but thank you. So, William, let me see if I missed a William, if you have any comment, please say something, and I will be more than. There you go. All right, he put, at least we got a show week. So I'm gonna leave this comment up. Oh, William and Traders Playbook. If y'all have any analysis that y'all really want to say, comment right now so I can highlight y'all since y'all gave me a super chat, and I'll give y'all the floor to like really say what y'all want to say. So just leave a comment, and I'll definitely give y'all a comment the love it deserves. Hey guys, look at that. My wife is in the chat. Hi, baby. I'm rambling, so I don't know what she was commenting on with that, but I do know that she is right about that. I bring Stone Cold into everything. I love Stone Cold almost as much as I love my wife. Y'all show my wife some love. My wife is doing big things right now. I'm real proud of her. Real proud of her. That's my baby. She keeps me sane. I miss her right now. She's not in the city right now. She's doing some business. Usually she's the one who keeps me calm, but since she's not here, I'm going a little loco. Love you, babe. So yeah, y'all show my wife some love in the chat. But again, William, thanks again for the super sticker. And he says, at least we got a show week. A show week helps in that you get rid of a loss quicker. Like you get like, screw it, we ain't got time to dwell on that. A show loss also hurts when it comes to like healing up I think Thursday Night Football, to be honest, should be disbanded. Like football is too brutal of a sport to only have a 4-day rest in between games. Like I just don't like it at all. I'm just hoping that we get some of our players back for the game. I think Olave probably is going to be ready for Thursday. We'll see about Michael and Jarvis and Marshawn. But God, I hope we just find a way to win. Because again, Arizona doesn't look too hot either. Now I know DeAndre Hopkins is coming back, but if we can find a way to beat Arizona, 3-4 with a mini bye week isn't the end of the world. It's not great, but it also gives you a little bit of hope because the NFC South is so bad that you can be like, hey, maybe we might go on a small run, maybe. So but hey, if we lose Thursday night, ain't no coming back from 2-5, folks. I'm sorry. My wife sent me a virtual kiss. Anybody else want to send me some virtual kisses? Now's the time. Honey Badger, what's up, my man? Honey Badger usually comes in and trolls the chat. I think he's a Bucks fan. Honey, I think you are. Or maybe he's just a Saints fan. Well, the Bucks ain't looking too hot either. But that comment, Honey Badger, that's not even a troll comment. Like everybody knows Joe Burrow is better than Jameis Winston. So preach it to the choir with that. Caleb says, dude, I hate Jameis. We shouldn't have got him. I don't mind. I was excited when we got Jameis. I'm a little disappointed that I thought sitting behind Breeze and learning the pain for 1 year will make him a lot better. But he just is what he is, which isn't a bad quarterback, but it also isn't a great quarterback. The problem with Jameis is that his body is breaking down. So I feel like Jameis could have been good. He could have kept the train on the tracks for us for about 3 to 4 to 5, 6 years. If his body wasn't breaking down, but I genuinely believe his body is breaking down. That because of that, and because of the fact that he's just not a great quarterback, I don't see him being on the team for the future. I think his future in the NFL, unfortunately for him, is going to be as a backup quarterback. More power to the brother if he proves me wrong. I want him to prove me wrong. Again, I'm cheering for Jameis. Jameis is funny. He's entertaining. He's a good leader. I want him to be successful. But you either got it or you don't. It's been 8 years, folks. We could keep giving up every injury excuse that we can find. You either got it or you don't. You know, most quarterbacks don't even get 8 years to prove themselves. James has had a lot of rope to try to prove himself. We'll see. Hopefully he proves us wrong. Adam says, Mrs. Kalissa, you might need to go back because your man is going crazy. I don't know if she's in a rush to come back, but it's all good. It's all good. My dude, Slim South, what's up? Man, we got – let me get this. Like, the night is going to – later in the day, we're getting more people. Slim South says, who that Jonah? We got to play Arizona. No, Arizona is a must win. Arizona is your season is on the line type game. Like there's no, you cannot lose to Arizona. And it sucks, right? Because Arizona is also probably going to be playing like it's a must win for them too. So it's going to be two desperate teams playing. And unfortunately, it's in Arizona. But maybe that helps us. Like sometimes we're a better team on the road at this point. It's going to be, boy, Dennis, if you got it, this is your time to show it. Because, brother, if you lose this game, my dude William says, It's tough having Thursday night games, but at least we got the Cardinals. But here's the funny thing, William. Here's the funny thing. You know what the Cardinals fans are saying right now? At least we got the Saints. That's what we have become. Is that, oh man, we got the Saints on our schedule? That's a win. We used to be one of those teams that fans would be like, shit, man, we got the Saints on our schedule. L. Now teams are looking at us like, oh yeah, it's a bounce back game for us. The Saints, hell yeah. And I hate that. I hate that. The Traders Playbook says DA needs to spark a fire. The players aren't playing with that fire. The defense got to turn it up for us and start playing lights out. Again, I 100%. Me and I almost feel like the Traders Playbook is my burner right now. I feel like Dennis Allen doesn't have. I'm not gonna say. I think the players respect him, obviously, but they're not afraid. And you don't have to be afraid of your head coach. But you have to have some sort of fear that you don't want to let your head coach down, right? For a variety of reasons. One, because you want to win for him. Two, because you don't want to feel his wrath. I just think Dennis Allen is just too damn even keel and laid back. Now, granted, I know that Sean Payton was notorious for being way too strict and intense and annoyingly asshole. But that brought us 12-4, 13-3 seasons. So if you got to be an asshole for this group of players to win games, then be an asshole. Because all this nonchalant, holding hands, kumbaya, we're a good team, we're working on it. That shit ain't working right now, Dennis Allen. He's got to do something, man. He's got to bring a fire. I absolutely agree, the Traders Playbook. I absolutely agree 100%. Jordan says that he thinks Andy Dalton should start on Thursday. I agree too, but we'll see. Mainly, I just don't think James is hurt. Like, dude got a broken back. You don't go to the doctor with a broken back, and the doctor says, you know what the solution is? Play football. So I don't know if James is going to get healthy at all this season, but we'll see. Ian Butler says both of their asses are 1-2 right now, meaning they both got losing record. He's talking about Andy Dalton and Jameis Winston. And that kind of goes back to my point. I'm not debating about the quarterbacks at all, really, because, again, I think all three of them are. Now Taysom is interesting, and Taysom is good that he doesn't have to be quarterback to be effective. He can be the way that we played him the past 2 weeks, but I'm not going to waste energy on Andy Dalton versus Jameis Winston debate because they both below average quarterbacks, in my opinion. So who gives a shit? Like, who starts? Whatever. Neither of them are going to give us confidence that we're going to suddenly be a great team with them. The Traders Playbook says we have no identity as a team. We're starting to get more of an identity on offense because we seem like we're leaning into being a pound and ground team, which I'm happy with, but I'm also like, damn, Alvin Kamara isn't really a workhorse back, and Mark Ingram is old, where I don't really want to be giving him the ball 15 plus times a game. So I actually I was gonna say we could trade for a running back, but we're not in the position to be trading anymore at this point. We gotta just take our lumps. But honestly, our best shot at winning and being our identity is to run the ball a lot with Taysom, with Mark, and with Alvin, and let the quarterback not lose games, but he doesn't have to try to win games either. He just has to try to keep the train on the tracks. And it worked for us today until it came time for but Andy had to win a game. And I was like, it ain't happening. Like, Andy is not going to win you games. He's gonna not lose you games, which is fine. I'm fine with playing football like that. We did that with Teddy, but he's not going to win you games. So our identity needs to be run the ball and hope that we can keep the time of possession. And then it comes back to, again, the defense. The defense has to get stops. The defense is the bulk of our team. The strength of I thought they were. Like, it's on the defense to win games for us. If we do get leads, to maintain those leads, because we don't have a quarterback we don't have a Josh Allen. We don't have a Patrick Mahomes who's going to put the team on his back and win games that you shouldn't win or win games that you need to win. We don't have a quarterback like that right now. We have quarterbacks that at best you just hope that they don't crash the train. Just keep the train on the tracks. So I think Pete Carmichael Trader's playbook was leaning more into running the ball these past 2 weeks. It could have had us at 2-0. It has us at 1-1. That's going to be our identity. But that identity doesn't mean shit if our defense could not get any stops. Quick break. Williams says, do y'all believe we need to start a rebuild or just maybe trade away a couple of players and grab some picks? I think we need to start a rebuild, William. That's the problem. We should have started a rebuild this last offseason, to be honest, but we didn't. We decided to reshape and try to go all in this season. Look where it's got us. The problem is, William, we don't have a first-round pick, so it's kind of hard to rebuild when you don't have your biggest asset, which is usually your first-round pick. And that first-round pick might be a top 10 pick. That's going to be very, very tough to swallow, having a top 10 pick, and it goes to a team like the Eagles, who are also probably going to be in the playoffs, maybe even in the Super Bowl. Like, that's why I'm pretty pessimistic right now, guys. When he was with the Buccaneers, maybe it was dirty. He's talking about Jameis. Dennis Allen is going to make Winston I think he meant to put the scapegoat, not the scapegoat. Ian talking about the 33 touchdowns that Jameis had to his 30 interceptions. Doesn't matter to me. He is what he is. Slim South. What up, Ziggy? Ziggy, you gotta text me. I gotta ask you something. How come I can't put my shout out to Ziggy, y'all? Ziggy is the guy who gives me this platform for the streams, but I can't. Ziggy, I can't do the custom stuff no more. Like I can only do my face and this powered by StreamYard. I want to have my logo, Ziggy. I'm gonna text you, Ziggy. Also, shout out to Ziggy for maybe finally giving me my first fantasy win this season. We'll see. Thank you to Moises Ortega for the super sticker. Again, I have no idea what the hell a super sticker is, but I do appreciate it because apparently it gives you money. Moises, again, because you sent a super sticker / super chat, if there's a comment or analysis that you want to put, leave it in the chat, and I'll give you the love and the attention that your comment deserves. But shout out to Moises. Ian says, there goes Jono. If that glass got water at field of 50%, he's going to break it and bring up Stone Cold. But look, I for the most part, look, I'm glass half full. Like, this is a glass half full to me. Well, the Saints haven't shown me anything to make me think that this is glass half full. Sorry, I was trying my mom. I don't know why my mom is even up. I had to text my mom right quick. All right, let's get to some more comments. And we got another super sticker. What is it? What is a super sticker, y'all? Can somebody explain what a super? And we got some bots, y'all. The bots are here. The bots are here. You know you're doing something good when you got the robots in, and you get a block. Shout out to the bots. But back to the Traders Playbook. Thank you for the super sticker. I don't know what a super sticker is, y'all, but I thank y'all for it. Can somebody explain to me what a super sticker is? I don't know what these stickers are. It sounds cool though. All right, hold on. I'm making sure I don't miss anything. No, we do not have a baseball team, Caleb. We used to have one. We don't have it anymore. Honey Badger says all 3 New York teams look good. You're damn right. All 3 New York teams do look good. Shout out to New York, boy. We all know New York deserves that. All right, Joanne, I think Pete Carmichael's been doing a little better the past few weeks, but if we do get rid of Dennis Allen, then we got to just get rid of everybody, to be honest, and just I mean, rebuilds aren't fun, but at this point, what else can you do? Carmichael called a good game through 3 quarters. The lack of red zone touchdowns and no first downs on that last drive. And I agree, Ian. I think he did call a good game for the first 3 quarters. And then, once you saw that the defense had no answer for Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, that's when we should have started being more aggressive and stopped. We should have stopped playing not to lose, but we should have started playing to win. And we still went into every drive as if we were playing not to lose. And that final drive, not the one where we went 4 and out. Not 4 and out, where we turned the ball over on downs, but the drive before we went 3 and out. We ran on first down, we ran on second down. We did a short pass on third down. Like, no, at that point, man, you got to go balls to the wall. You got to bring Taysom out. You're trying to win the game. You're not trying to just, It's easy to play Monday morning quarterback when you lose. I know. So I'm not going to be too hard on him, but it would have been nice to win.
And yes and no. Like again, rebuilds aren't fun, so yeah, fans are going to be mad. But here's the thing: like I feel comfortable with asking for a rebuild because I was one of the main ones when Sean Payton and Brees were still here, still like cherishing 2019 and 2020 when fans were starting to get a little I don't know, spoiled, I guess. Like, oh, Drew Brees can't throw the long bombs anymore. We need a new quarterback. And God damn, that was a loud ass dog outside. And they were like, oh, Sean Payton, he doesn't have that spark anymore. And I'm like, boy, y'all sweater grass is gonna be green on the other side, right? And then we lost both of them, and now look where we are right now. So I cherish when we're good. So I'm more than happy to now be vocal about us needing to rebuild. And rebuilds aren't fun. The future and uncertainty is never fun. Who knows? I just feel like Dennis Allen and Jameis Winston and Andy Dalton, obviously, are not the answer. And that doesn't mean that the next guy that we bring in will be the answer. That's the fun, but that's also the fear of a fandom. Is that you never know. Like you have hope that whoever is the people on your team are going to be the guys that get you the Super Bowl, but you never know. So we're in a weird spot right now. I appreciate that we had 15 years of consistency with Drew Brees and Sean Payton. Arguably, we should have had way more playoff appearances and Super Bowls than we had with them two. But we got one. We can die saying that we witnessed one Super Bowl. I'll always be grateful for that. I want more, just like you guys. I want more. I want to have quarterback of the future now. I want to have a new head coach. But we'll see. We'll see. Trevor's Playbook says he thinks that the CJ trade really took a lot of the camaraderie in the locker room. It goes back to the players' tweets when they did that. He feels that DA lost some of the guys in the locker room with that move. Arguably, I'm not gonna, I don't even remember if the players were like that vocal about losing him. I think some of them understood because again, I know that Chauncey was being a bit of a pain in the ass in the background. Behind the scenes because he wanted a new contract, which is fine. We all know who Chauncey is. I don't know. I feel like you deal with it. Like, okay, he's going to be an asshole. We'll deal with it. But Loomis and Dennis Allen were very, very cocky and thought, oh, well, we'll show you, Chauncey. We don't need you. We got all this depth in the secondary. We can trade you for nothing. We'll show you. And it was just one of those moves that, again, you had better be positive that your shit don't stink if you're going to make a trade like that. You better be positive that your shit doesn't stink. And right now, folks, Dennis Allen and Mickey Loomis shit stinks. It might be. It hasn't been a great football year for me, Ian. Saints-wise and fantasy-wise. It really hasn't. Jerry says his trick away. I appreciate you moderating the chat, Jerry. Moses, again, I think Moses, you're the one who also sent the super chat. All I'm saying is if we get Michael, Landry, Olave, and Marshawn back Thursday but still lose, I want DA's hate on the stick by Friday morning. Here's the funny thing. We had those 4 players for the Carolina Panthers game and we still lost. Just saying. You the man, Jerry. Always. Even when we don't agree, guys, like I don't agree right now with Ian and Jerry's positivity about this team, but we still family at the end of the day. We still gonna ride or die for each other. Family can disagree. Family can have civil debates. You don't have to. It would be boring, to be honest with you, if every fan agreed with how the team was ran. I like having good civil discourse about how you view your team. And I appreciate Jerry and Ian's positivity compared to I guess you could call it my negativity, which is funny, right? Because I'm like the funny guy in the Saints community, so I'm sure fans are probably shocked that I'm so pessimistic right now, but I just am. Now I'm still, again, I'm going to give y'all skits. I'm still going to have fun with the team. I'm still going to do a lot of fun content because that's what fandom is about. It's about having fun. But, right now we're just speaking, with the comedy hat for me off. And I'm just not optimistic as a actual fan. But we'll see. They might prove me wrong. William says it's part of the Google Pay system, I guess. That's the only way I can send money to the YouTube podcast.
Yeah, and I get that. I just don't know what does if there's a sticker, like does it give you a sticker on your name when you comment or something? I don't see it. So there's gotta be a reason. I get why, it's part of the Google system. I just don't know like what does the sticker actually do? Or maybe it's just what they named it. But I do appreciate you, William. I appreciate you. I appreciate Moses, and I appreciate the Traders Park playbook for the super chats and the super stickers today. Again, guys, all of that just goes right into my little YouTube pot that I not weed, my YouTube pot that I use for equipment, or if I decide to travel, maybe to an away game or something, to give you guys even more content. So I appreciate all of that. I told myself before I started this podcast that I was only going to go for an hour. We're going past an hour, but it's fine. I am going to wrap up sooner because it is 12 o'clock. It is officially October 17th, which means it is officially Cardinals week because it is a short week. So we're going to rub the stench of that loss off us, and we're going to sleep on it and wake up and get ready to beat up on Kyler Murray. So let's get some of the final comments, and then we'll sign off for the night. K-Dub, we got the Falcons fans in here or something? I see Jerry says he's sick of the Falcons fans, and K-Dub says he owns the Falcons. My dude Tremor said, and I love his wedding cake, by the way. Pelicans, LSU, and Saints. You gotta love it. I think we just need one defensive coordinator, and Dennis Adams needs to show more emotion on the sidelines. Well, here's the thing: we have two defensive coordinators, but Dennis Adams is the one still caught in play, so we really have three defensive coordinators. But I don't know. Maybe we do need to just give it to one person to be the only person delegating defensive play calls, whether that be Ryan Nielsen, Chris Richard, or Dennis Allen. Ian says that. No. I hope not, Ian. My job, and that's the purpose of this channel, is to make y'all laugh and to make y'all happy. And even if I'm pessimistic during a live stream, it's still to give y'all something to just have entertaining conversation about. So I'm not trying to make anybody's morale go down at all. And I promise I'll give y'all another video or a skit sometime this week to bring some laughs. I just blocked the we got a lot of spam comments today. I guess I'm doing something right. If you get spam comments in the chat, that means you're doing something good. So all right, so Jerry's taking care of you. The man, Jerry. Jerry, you the man. Jerry, the godfather of Saints YouTube community. It would have been nice to have Latavius Murray. It really would have been. I get why he left us, but it would have been nice to have him. The number one worst trade in history, counting Ricky Williams. So he's saying that the Chauncey Gardner. I don't know if that's the number one worst trade in the Saints history, but it might be top 5. You make y'all make me. I appreciate you guys. I really do. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. I love talking football with you guys. Win or lose, we're going to talk football. We're going to have a good time. We're going to support our team. Not to get too emotional, but. Some of y'all might know I lost my big brother this year to a drunk driving accident, and I just appreciate the shit out of having a community, win or lose, to talk sports, to escape reality from, and just to have a good time. Put your differences aside, put all that shit aside, and enjoy sports, right? So that's what my that's what my channel it's kind of fun a little bit, just to bring some laughs and to take this thing we call sports fanaticism and have fun with. So I appreciate. I'm sorry I'm getting emotional. Every time I mention him, I get a little emotional. I appreciate all of you guys, and y'all make me laugh. Y'all make me happy. I've been doing this YouTube thing for about 2 years now, and I got 4,500 subscribers. Y'all make me happy. I appreciate that y'all enjoy my content. I appreciate that y'all show support. So when I mention my cousin, my big brother, publicly, because that's when I get emotional. When I do it privately, I'm fine. When I say it publicly, I get a little emotional. But I thank you guys. I do, because it's way bigger than sports. Like, sports is just sports. It's not life or death. But the relationships that you make, the memories that you make, that's what it's all about. So I appreciate all of you guys. I got emotional. All right, so let me close the show.
Y'all, what a night. I love you guys. Clarissa, I see you comment. I love you too. Like I said, I might do a live stream on Wednesday for the Pelicans game. If not, I will be doing some videos this week, even some non-Saints videos. So no matter what, win or lose, I'm going to be here for you guys. And I know damn well you guys are going to be here for me. So appreciate you guys for staying up late. Again, don't let this goddamn team make you lose sleep tonight. Because I guarantee you, all those multi-millionaires are going to sleep real well tonight. Alvin Kamara sleeping real well in this match. So don't let the Saints make you lose sleep, all right? Y'all are awesome. I see all the comments. Caleb, no, I'm not a head coach. I just do YouTube content, my G. Just make jokes. I'm not a head coach. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Definitely want to try to do more live streams for you guys. And yeah, you know, but hey, like I say, if we beat the Cardinals on Thursday, it's going to be a whole different vibe. So until then, y'all have a good night. If you're new to the channel, if the algorithm brought you here, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, folks, it's still who that? Good night, guys. Go Saints, go Pelicans.